is laid, my path remains. I couldn't stay the same. Sign of life, far from home, but not today. Golden sun, drawing low, forest bone. Blood red light, angry sea, light the way for me. Today is not a day for words. This house is not a place to stay. The only thing I gave away, everything I love will stay with me. Tunnel dark, secret slow, stepping through the stones. Frigid tide receding, pull away the grieving, steady me. Steady me. Arches rise, worn with time. All will live, all will die, all will love, all will.
Alright, so we're back in Ashes of Creation. Will this indie MMO that has a development team supposedly of over 200 people ever turn into something that we can all be proud to play? Well, we're not proud to look at this map because damn, that's an ugly map. But it is what it is. We're just going to explore the world. I'm not going to go doing, I've got some quests I picked out. We're just going to explore. I would say the biggest thing, hey, Zalcini, what's up, dude? The biggest thing I hate about this game is inventory. I hate inventory. The main inventory is not bad, but the material inventory is tiny. Look at this. Wow. And the worst part is it fills up so fast. So, what can you do? How you doing, Zalcin? Zalcini! What do we got going on over here? Where's journeyman mining? Watch how fast, if I do some mining, like how fast my inventory will fill. Like they really need to fix this. This to me is pretty much almost. I find it almost inexcusable. All right, so let's take a look. All I did was hit one mining node, right? And it took up 4 slots in my bag, in my resource bag. I've only got, it was 412. I've only got 24 slots, and I just took up 4. So. Oh, were you happy for this game? Actually, I mean, I don't know why you're surprised that there's bad reviews. I mean, I think we knew it was going to have bad reviews, but it doesn't mean it's a bad game. Yeah, like certain items take up multiple slots, which is just. I mean, come on, Stephen Sharif. We need to get him on my YouTube channel. We need to have a discussion because this needs to go. This just needs to go. Don't there's been MMOs around for so long. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to like come up with some unique way of doing inventory. This is just stupid. It's just flat out dumb. Like there's no reason to do this. I mean, there's literally no reason. If you want to say that certain resources take up are more difficult to carry, then what you should do is put a weight limit. Do like what a lot of MMOs do or a lot of RPGs do, and just put a weight limit. Do like not Darkest Dungeon. Do like a Dragon's Dogma thing, where you just, you have a weight limit. You can only carry so much weight. I would much rather have something that says, hey, or even like Baldur's Gate 3 had a weight limit too, right? I would rather have a thing at the bottom that says, hey, you're getting close to your weight limit, than this nonsense. This is just nonsensical. It's stupid. Anyways, but the game, I mean, I actually enjoy the game, Solson, but there's a review that I linked in my Discord that I think really kind of... I think the review I put in here, I think really kind of nails this game pretty well. Hold on a second. This guy did a little review, and I think this is a really fair, Yeah, I'd rather have the weight limit. I think this review is really a good review of what the state of the game is right now. It says, I have played Ashes Creation for 10 hours, which of course 10 hours is not a lot of time, but everything he says here I agree with. If the development history of this game were ignored, I'd actually be impressed. To my genuine surprise, there's stuff to like here. The combat's fun, the crafting is decent, and there's some interesting skills and races that are actually really cool. There's some really cool, clearly Arc Age-inspired mechanics and content. I'm very into that. It's actually decently fun to do world events and grind. I actually like grinding in this game. I think it's cool. Yeah, I gotta take an anvil. However, that's all there is to do. The quest line, if you can call it that, just stops at level 6. The world map is huge. You know what he doesn't mention in this review is the world map is awful. In fact, I would say the world map in this game is probably the worst world map I've ever seen in an MMO, and I feel pretty comfortable saying that. I don't feel like that's a stretch. The world map is huge, and there really isn't a lot to do in it. It's mostly empty space with very haphazardly placed assets. This I agree with 100%. Haphazardly placed asset that doesn't really feel lived in or interesting to explore. There's no good sightlines. There's no good sightlines guiding exploration. I guess what he really means here is there's no like distant landmarks that make you say, hey, I want to go there. There's like 25 levels of game here, which means you do not actually get much in terms of skills for your class. That's true, and I mentioned that as well, that there aren't a lot of skills for your class. Now, this could be changed when they add the second class archetype, right? Because the way Ashes of Creation works is it's kind of like Dungeons & Dragons. You have two classes, really. I mean, you have your main class, and then at a certain point in time, you have the option to subclass, right? So if you pick tank, for example, and I don't know, they're not in the game yet, though. The archetypes, the subclasses aren't in the game yet. But eventually, you'll have a second archetype, right? So like right now, I'm a tank, which is this blue shield right here. Eventually, I'll be able to pick one of these other 6, or one of the other 6, because I can pick myself again. I can double tank it if I want, and then that's a guardian. So eventually, you'll be able to pick a second archetype, and this will give you more abilities if it's a different archetype than what you currently have. So I think that's something remains to be seen. To sit here and say means you don't actually get much in terms of skills. I think that's true, but I think that could change once you get the second archetype. What is here is actually good, though. I can see why people would play this and say it's fun. However, this game has been developed for just under a decade, and even the 5 to 6 years it has probably been an actual active development for, this is a pathetic amount of content for the game. I would actually agree with that. I think the amount of content in the game is, especially from like a story point of view and like a questing point of view, is pretty pathetic. The world is dry and very generic. I 100% agree. Visually, it's very uninspired. I 10,000% agree. I think visually this game is, for an Unreal Engine 5 game, it's really shocking how bad the level design is. I think the level design in this game is terrible. Like, if you want to make an MMO and you don't really know how you want the game to look, all you have to do is go play some MMOs. There's plenty of MMOs out there that will give you really good ideas on how to approach level design. You want to make a swamp, go look at something. I don't know. Go look at Ion 2. Go look at Guild Wars 2. There's plenty of games that are beautiful swamps, right? The texture work is generally of very low quality. I agree. It's actually pretty bad. Foliage models are ugly. I haven't really looked at this too closely. There's very, very bad and obvious asset reuse. Yeah, there's a lot of asset reuse. There's also UX problems. Yes, there is. He says there's this yellow haze covering the screen. I'm not sure. I haven't noticed that. Which makes the yellow cursor blend into the background. I don't know if I really see that. Like, well, I guess it doesn't bother me. I guess there is a yellow haze. Like, if you really look at it, there does feel like there's a haze over this blue area. Like, see how it's kind of hazy? So yeah, I kind of agree. Does feel like to be kind of like there is a haze here. We can probably fix this. Let's see. We could probably fix it with a filter. But we'd have to grab a filter that's going to remove like a specific color, out. And I haven't done that with reshade because I've never really had to do that. But we could probably do something where we go into like a tone map or something, and I don't know, something. There's got to be some filter we could probably pick up that could probably fix that particular issue. But yeah, I agree. There does seem to be kind of like a yellowish haze. See how the yellow haze over the edge of these trees? This kind of blue here feels like it's kind of like there's a haze over it. So I actually agree with him on that one. There's things like skill tree not really showing a distinct difference between skills you have and skills you can purchase. Yes, I 100% agree with this, and this is so fucking annoying. Like, if I go here and I look at my skill tree for my tank, let's take a screenshot of this, right? Let's just take a screenshot of this. And let's... Hold on a second. I'll paste this here. So this is what my skill tree is right now. Can you tell which skills I have and which skills I don't? Right? Like, when you look at this, which skills do I have and which skills don't I have? Well, I have this one here. I don't have this one, but it kind of looks like I do. The only difference, like, I have this one, but I don't have this one. The only difference is this border is a little bit thicker border than this one, which is kind of stupid. It's kind of dumb though, right? Like this one, these look very similar. It's just the border, like it should be grayed out. Yeah, this should be grayed out, right? So if I go in here and I respec, I'm going to respec my tree. It did it really change that much? Like you can see some. Oh shit. So take a look at these. The one on the left is my fully spec tree, and the one on the right is the one where I just respect. The only difference is like some of these ones with the plus signs means there's multiple choice, right? So plus sign means when you click it, you're gonna have a choice between two different skills at least more than one. So it's not clear enough which ones you have and which ones you don't. So like here we go here and there's two. We're gonna go with shield assault because the reason we're picking shield assault is if you read it says lunge forward and deal damage to enemies in front of you, thus AoE. It's an AoE damage, right? Which we want. And then the other one was this. Wait, was okay, this one, right? We want that one. Wait, hold on a second. Let me respec. So 6 points. 1, 2. Yeah, like this one I don't even have this one. Like to me it's weird. Like this one on the left, it looks like I have that, but you can see I've got 4 skill points here. But if I click this, it's going to take a skill point. Shake it off, breaks. Let's see. So see, it took a point. I didn't even know I didn't have. It's funny. I didn't even know that I didn't have that. But I want that because it's going to break disabling effects. So that's actually something we want. But let's respec again. Okay, so now we're going to go. We want. This is so weird. We're going to grab taunt. Taunt is really good. We're going to grab this, and we want the AoE version of it. This is apply snare to enemies in front of you as opposed to this one, which is just going to do damage to... deals damage and applies trip to target enemy. So we don't want that. We want this one. Again, AoE. So we've got this one, this one, this one, and this one. Right? Let's see. And then we have this one, and which is this one, which is Intimidating Aura, and then we have one more point left, and I have no idea where I had it placed. Maybe I didn't pick anything yet. It doesn't look like I had used that other point yet on my current build, so it's because I hadn't decided on what I wanted. So, anyways, confirm choices. So yeah, so that's and again, it's like, and I don't know why this is coming up again. I've already gone through this tutorial bullshit. Okay, so back to here. Hey, hold on a sec. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had the heater on, which I hardly ever run the heater in Florida, but it was really cold, and I turned the heater on, and you know what? It's actually making it too hot, so I just went and turned the heater off. So I was like sitting there, I'm like, man, I'm starting to sweat. So we go back to this review. Okay. Skills here. There's this Destiny's window, which gives you some basic objectives to get you started, but it's a nightmare to navigate. Gathering is a nightmare because there's no way to know what random pieces of foliage you can actually gather. One that sticks out requires some require a higher gathering level. Yeah, the gathering in this game is really weird. Like, you don't go buy a pickaxe, you don't go buy a lumbering axe. You just go up to an ore, like a mining ore node, and you just see if you can gather it. And if you can, you can. And if you can't, because it says you require some sort of better skill level, then you can't. So it's kind of, yeah, the crafting is very clunky. Also, the crafting is clunky due to the weird way you have to add materials to recipes. Yes, that's 100% true. And I'm not going to go through the rest. The rest is pretty basic. You know, I don't hate it. I've invested minimum required to try it. I had some fun. But if I backed this game on Kickstarter, followed its development, and saw this come out on Steam, I'd be fucking pissed. So the game, if you look at the game, like, I mean, if you look at this, just me in the game right here, it looks nice. I mean, you know, the graphics look pretty decent. There is this yellow. Now that he says that, there is definitely a yellow kind of haze on everything, and I really am going to have to try to fix that with reshade. But there is kind of a yellowish to the sky and everything, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But one of the things the game does have, which is really nice, it's got a really nice HUD editor, right? Yeah, it's got a really nice HUD editor. I mean, there's things in the game that are really good. Like, the combat's really fun. The character controllers, Alston's fantastic. Like, the way the character moves, see this? Like, the way the character moves is extremely smooth. It feels very fluid, you know? You know, and there's climbing in it, which the climbing is not super fluid, but it's okay, right? See? They needed to kind of clean up the animation. The climbing animation, it's too abrupt. She jumps, when she grabs it and jumps up, her jump up is too fast, right? It's too quick. There is actually combat. You can see, I'm not doing like World of Warcraft right-clicking on the screen to turn the screen. I'm just moving my mouse. I'm moving my mouse left and right. Now I can release the cursor. It's just like Guild Wars 2. I hit Control, middle mouse click. Now I've got my cursor, and I can play like World of Warcraft, where I right-click on the screen and I rotate that way. So now I can left-click mobs, right? But I don't like to play that way. I get rid of the cursor, and I've got and here's like an ore. But of course, we can't get this because it says requires Journey Mining Certificate, which is stupid. I don't like this whole like certificate thing. Again, it just feels like they tried to do things differently just to do things differently. Like, there are games out there that do a really good job with crafting, and I don't think crafting is one of those things where you need to really change the systems. Like, I think New World is probably one of my favorite crafting systems, like New World and Final Fantasy. You know, even World of Warcraft, they all do good stuff. It does take a while, but honestly, rip off. If you were playing vanilla World of Warcraft, it would take just as long, because in vanilla World of Warcraft, you have to hit the node 3 times. So, I mean, it's really not that much longer than that. But it's not the length of time it takes mining, it's the amount of space it takes in your bag. So I've only hit 2 nodes. Look at this. I've only hit 2 nodes, and I've taken up 1, 2, 3, 4. I've taken up 8 slots in my materials bag. And you can't put these materials in your regular items bag because this is just items. So when this fills up, then that's it. I can't do any more mining. I can't do any more gathering, right? Let's say and check this out. Let's say I go and I chop down a tree. If I can. It says equipped lumberjack. Oh, apparently my lumberjack axe or whatever is broken, so I can't. But so the problem is your bags have no room. Yeah, well, it says here you've got another bags, but I don't. You have a slot for more material bags, and I'm sure you can get bigger bags, but I don't know how. I'm sure there are, but even just starting out, this is a ridiculously small bag. Like this is, I mean, you can mine for like literally like 10 minutes and fill up your bag in like 10 minutes. It's just, and like I said, if you do a tree, if you chop down a tree, then it'll fill up even faster because a tree takes up 3 slots vertical, or actually 4. I think it takes 4. Like, so if I get a tree, I think it would take all 4. This whole column would be taken up by like one log. You know what I mean? Yeah, they do, but you do get different grades of stone. So you might like get a granite, you might get like a slightly upgraded version of granite, like a pure granite or something. So you'll hit the same mining node, and you might get 4 different things, 4 different types of things. So it'll fill up your bag really quick because those different things take up different 4 sections, 4 slots. Like you get a gem, you get a granite, and you might get like a upgraded granite or something. And now you're looking at, you've taken up half your bag just by hitting a couple nodes. So it's pathetic. Trust me, it fucking sucks. Okay, trust me, it sucks. Okay, it needs to be fixed. It's stupid. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything that marks nodes on the map. The map is terrible. I really, really, really dislike the map. I think it's really ugly. It looks like something that a 12-year-old. It looks like something that was made in a video game that came out 20 years ago. I mean, there's map makers out there. Like, I mean, Valst. Ah, shit. Valste linked a map that he made just, I don't even know, probably years ago. Like years ago he made this map, and it looks 10,000 times better than the maps we have. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if it's in this chat channel. I think it is. Okay, like for example, here's a map that Valste made with just a map maker, right? Looks way better than this Ash Segregation. Here's a more simplistic version of that map that he made. I mean, even, which is more simplistic. But there's plenty of map making tools out there. Like, there's no reason that you can't make a map that looks better than this. This, and the thing is, like, look at this. Like, see these numbers here? See where it says 444? These are all the same quest. So this quest here, Goblins in the Lock, right? Says call 5 enemies in Koralok. It's putting all these locations for the goblins, but most MMOs wouldn't do that. Most MMOs would do like a big yellow circle like this that surrounds all these 4s. So here's all these 4s. Just do a circle in this big area here, like some sort of a circle, and then just maybe in the middle put 4. Instead of having all these individual 4s and being like so specific, like, oh, there's some here, just put a fucking big ass circle and say 4. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't need all these quest markers for the same quest. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, and same thing here. Look at this. Look at all these 7s, So this is, and then the map, the way it zooms in and out is really janky. So it goes in, you zoom in, and then it goes from, what's really funny is if I zoom in one click on my mouse, right, on my mouse wheel, I'm going to scroll up once. Right here. Okay, I scrolled up and it went from that previous map to this one. But notice how if I do the scroll wheel back once, it doesn't go back to the map I was on, right? Because I was on this map. I'm on this map. I scroll wheel up and it goes to the same map again. Okay, so I'm here. Now if I scroll wheel up, it goes to this map. Now if I scroll wheel down one click, it goes to this map. So it's not consistent. right? It's not consistent, and then it's terrible. Like it's just not a good map. It is a mass. I will say that their map is fucking huge. Like right, like the game is. I mean, look at this shit. The game is massive. This is a very big map, right? So you got to zoom, and then so you have all these. And then, I mean, who would ever zoom in this far? Like, what's the point of this? This is just terrible. Look how pixelated this is. Again, I'm not going to talk much more about the map. The map is the worst map I've ever seen. You know, hands down, this is by far the worst map I've ever seen in an MMO. There is a yellow. Now that guy, now I can't stop looking at it because the guy said in that review there's like a yellow haze over the entire game. There is. Like, you can see these, whatever they're using for like kind of the background fog or haze or whatever, it does feel like it's tinged with yellow. So, which is unfortunate. And I don't know if there's any way we can fix that. We might be able to just bump up the contrast and kind of pull some of it out of there, but then the game's going to look really dark. Yeah, there's not much we can do with that. And you see I'm dialing a lot of it out. So if I turn off all my filters, this is what the game looks like, right? So it is very blurry, like incredibly blurry. And you can see what that guy was talking about with this kind of haze over the screen where it just doesn't look great. Like these clouds don't look blue at all. They're kind of this gray. They look like dirty gray. These clouds here look like a painting that was painted like 100 years ago, like where the painting's like, gathered a layer of dirt and dust over it over 100 years, so it makes it look kind of grimy and dirty. That's what that looks like, right? Oh, you're off to bed? Oh, okay. Yeah, but Zolson, the game's fun. I mean, Zolson, don't take my negative things. The game actually has fun gameplay as far as like if you get in together, if you like grinding mobs, and if you like party gameplay, like getting in a party and like grinding like big powerful mobs, it's pretty fun. And I think that's the saving grace right now is that I enjoy, just kind of going off and finding packs of different types of mobs and killing them for materials, and actually it seems like making money seems fairly easy because this glint you can sell to vendors for decent money. So I'm just going to go grind mobs and see if I can make some money. I'm sure there's way better ways to make money, but I'm too lazy. I played too many MMOs for too long to go onto YouTube and watch a bunch of videos on how to make money in Ash. There's videos out there already. How to make money in Ashes Creation. I'm like, that's okay. This is just the alpha. I am not going to kill myself trying to figure all that out for a game that probably isn't going to be in its final release for years. And then by the time those years pass, that guide's obsolete. Anything you learn right now, a lot of it's probably going to be obsolete by the time the game comes out. But have a good night, Zolson. Do big clans already own every node? There are some big clans. I don't know. I have no idea if they own nodes. Every node, I have no idea, dude. I really have no idea. But you can see the game looks it looks too dark. All right. All right, so I am going to just run over to, I guess, I'm trying to figure out like these exclamation points have levels on them. Like this is level 15. If I could hide, we can do? We can stop tracking some of these, which I think would be a good idea. So let's go in here and say untrack. Let's untrack these. And that way, because we don't really care, to be honest. And this stuff's just really like making my game look really bad. This one we can track because it needs to be turned in. But all these other ones, okay, cool. So now, if we take a look at the map, there's just this one, level 5. There's this here, which is kind of where I'm level 11. Ooh. That's actually pretty high level. You want to see me taunt this mob off? That mob will come. Once I taunt the mob, he's going to come right at me, man. Oh, this is a level 11 mob. Nice. Boom. I'm just kicking that spider's ass. Oh, well, he did pretty good damage to me, too, so... The poisons are real, man. Mine granite. Do I really want to mine granite? Like, let's go ahead and mine granite. Why not? Takes a long. It has kind of that new world gathering in that it takes a long time to mine something. So we've only hit, just so you guys know, we've hit 3 nodes, and we've filled up half my bag just by hitting 3 nodes. Let's go ahead and hit this granite too. Let's turn on the in. We're going to turn the in-game music on. It's actually not bad. The in-game music's pretty good, actually. I don't know when this game's like the final version of this game. Like, I feel like this game is like at least. Like, if they rushed it and tried to rush the release, I say 2 years. But if they really want to release this game and make it good... Oh, did it have multiple hits? Oh, wow, it did. Yeah, it looks like I can just sit here and mine these things forever, because there's multiple nodes here. There's a node to my left, and there's 2 different types of mining nodes right here. So let's fill up... So you can see we're gonna fill up my bag, right? Oh, look at that. We hit level 8, so we're getting experience for mining. That's pretty interesting. We just hit level 8 from level 7, and we did it via mining. What is this one? Granite? No, it's basalt. It's this one, basalt. See, so we're getting granite and we're getting basalt. I do think that the gathering, I mean, the crafting could be good in this game. I just think they need to clean it up. There's a lot of, like, there's the way that you like move resources for your recipes to craft stuff is really bad. It's like really bad. Like, you have to drag resources from your bag into this intermediate window, and you have to click like a button like multiple times. It's really confusing how it works. And again, it's like you have to wonder who's making this stuff. I mean, MMOs have been around for so long, and pretty much, 90% of the player base who plays this game probably has played an MMO like World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2. And so they're used to crafting working a certain way. So there's no need to break the standard. There's no need to do it differently. Just, make it similar to New World, make it similar to, Final Fantasy has a really good crafting system. If you want to base it off of something like Final Fantasy, just make it work like that. That's all you have to do. There's no reason to make it work differently. And I see that throughout this game where they've made things work slightly different than what you're used to in MMOs, and there's really no benefit doing that. And actually, in my opinion, it's more of a negative that they've done that than a positive. So you can see here, there's like climbing thing. Some climbing, like here I can climb up the scaffolding. It's herky jerky. The movement, like when you're just moving around on the ground, it's good. Like right here, the movement feels it's very smooth. It's a little fast, like you move pretty quick, but it feels fine. But it starts to get jerky when you're doing climbing, yeah, for sure. Like it's, see how she kind of jumps up? It's a little too like fast. It just needs to be polished. It works fine. It just needs polish, man. It doesn't have that polish yet, you know. And they say this is an alpha, right? So that's, you know, you can't really complain if it's an alpha. That's a very minor thing. This guy's like level 11. These spiders are tough. Yeah, that combat. Yeah, that's gonna. And another thing that I'm gonna complain about is the audio. This is really, in my opinion, really bad, especially for a game that's coming out in 2020, whenever, like 2027. Like for example, if you go into Ion 2 and you go to audio settings, you'll have like 10 different sliders, like 10 at least. There's so many. Like you can change the ambient volume, you can change the music volume, you can change the sound effects volume, you can change the master volume, you can change like the volume of just your character, like what sounds your character makes. You can change the sound of what other characters make. So if you don't want to hear other characters' sound effects, you can turn that off. I mean, there's like 10 different types of audio you can manipulate. Here, it's like music, sound effects, master volume. Like, so if I don't want to hear the stupid combat music that we just heard, there's nothing I can do. It's like if I want to hear the in-game music, but I don't want to hear the combat music, I'm fucked. I'm always gonna have to hear that, which is, you know, it's gonna get real fucking old if I'm doing a lot of grinding. So, yeah. So that's, again, just a lot of, you know, just the game has lots of issues. Oh wait, and it's also it can be a little laggy sometimes. Usually it's not, but sometimes it can be. Event abandoned? What do you mean abandoned? Just because I climbed down here, the event was abandoned? I shouldn't say abandoned. It should just say, I guess abandoned's fine. You moved out of the event area. Look at that. Look at me climbing like a mountain goat. Call me Vael Mountain Goat. Ugh, that grunt. Ugh. I'm like taking a poop while I'm climbing. Oh, good poop right there. Oh, look, there's actually a like little staircase over here. Check this out. Oh, yes, but it makes sense that you can't climb here because there's a staircase. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I thought for sure it would just let me climb that because there's a staircase there, but obviously I'm being too logical. Don't be logical, Julian. Oh, and now my weapon's gone. This is another glitch that happens all the time. Like, see, my weapon's gone now. So now we have to log out to fix that. But I mean, I enjoy the combat. I think there's a game here, is what I'm trying to say. There is a game here that could be good. Like, there is potential for this game, but there is a lot of stuff that has to be fixed. for them to realize that potential. And it's kind of surprising to me that they say they have 200 people. I work on my work, like for my job, I work on a team of 4 people. I work on a development team of 4 people. The amount of work that my 4-person team can do, and the agile nature of my team is unbelievable. We can rewrite massive amounts of code in a very short time. And so when someone tells me you've got a team of 200 people, I would expect little things to get addressed fairly quickly, right? Like something like this map, I would think you could overhaul this entire map, just scrap it and start over. Assign like 10 people to it or whatever, however you need to assign to it. And in 6 months, you should be able to completely overhaul that, in my mind. 6 months, completely overhaul the map. Include like the node system, like you said, for tracking ores, tracking, just do like your regular like tracking type system. But I feel like I've followed Ashes Creation for, I don't know, 8 or 9, 10 years. And I just feel like they're not making progress as fast as I would expect for a team that's that size. For a team that has that many people, I would have expected to see more progress, quicker. Anyways, whatever. There was an area that I was farming last night, and I cannot remember where it was. Probably because this map sucks. It was like a swampy area. See, this is level 15, level 9. I'm thinking maybe it was over here. This doesn't look much like a swamp. Titan's Ring. And this is Gem Spring. Let's go to Gem Spring and just see what that is. Oh, I don't see. Actually, we should go to Briar. We should go to empty my bank, empty my inventory first. Yeah, we should do that first. The current map's is just a disaster. The current map's really bad. You can place a marker though. I'm pretty sure you can actually place a marker on this map. I think I did it yesterday. I think. Let me check here in a second. Yeah, I think you can. Let's see. Yeah, see, if you right-click on the map, you can place markers. Which I need to place a marker for this farming spot that I was at last night because I kind of liked it. And the graphics aren't bad. Like the buildings and stuff look nice, right? All right, this bird's about ready to get his ass kicked. He was like, "Leave me alone, bird." Yeah, you can, but I mean the graphics in the game don't look too bad, other than just the color. The fact that one reviewer mentioned that there's this kind of a hazy. Again, keep in mind my game is going to look better than some people's because I am using reshade. So if we turn this off, you can see that it looks not as good. Especially the sky looks really dingy, like gray and kind of dirty. It just looks dirty. It looks like an old painting. That's the only thing I can say is that the sky looks like an old painting. Can I gather these tomatoes? It doesn't look like I can. This is the only storage person I found. And there's lots of little glitches like this. Like if I click this and say I want to access my storage, it never works. Oh, of course it works now that I'm trying to show you. That has never worked before. Actually, I think probably the reason it never worked, and it's something I wanted to test, is I think I was too far away. See right here? No, never mind. That has never worked before. Normally when I go to I have to do it multiple times to get it to work. I have to say I want to access my storage, and then nothing happens, and then I have to click it again and say I want to access my storage. Anyways, it's working. So we do have a crate here. What is this? Interesting. So you can see here how quickly you can fill up your bags, right? And they're already full. Now I don't put this crate thing. I can't put anything in the crate. So, like, so my materials, my bank materials is already full. Look at that, it's already full, which is terrible. Now I'm hoping maybe we can like either sell some stuff or maybe we can do some crafting. I don't know. Let's see about. I think I've got some wood oil here. Let's see if we can do something with this wood, just for fun. We're getting a lot of lag right now for some reason. Normally the server is not too laggy, but it feels really laggy right now. I gotta remember where this wood station's at. I thought it was here. Well, actually, you can see the stations on the map, I think. God, this map's terrible. You see how like it zoomed when I zoom in? It like went all janky on me. Okay, well, I have seen like crafting stations on the map before, but now I'm not seeing them, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just not close enough to them. Yeah, see now they're showing up. Here's the, which is weird, we just looked a minute ago and these weren't showing up. There's the farming station and here's the animal husbandry station. Yeah, so there's just so many glitches. There's so many bugs in this game. I think if they really want this game to succeed, they have to show progress. They have to show that these bugs are being itemized, they're being documented, and they're being fixed. People need to see that things are being corrected in a timely fashion. Because if they're not, people are just gonna be like, "What are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing?" Right? You have a 200 development team. What the fuck are they doing? Like, what are they doing? You know? Okay, I don't know where the lumber thing was at. It was here yesterday, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just in the wrong spot. Thought it was right here. Let me go over here again. It's... See, here's the... Okay, here we go. This is where it is. Well, there's the weaving station. Oh, they have a textile mill. Okay, so we probably need to learn how to do textiles because that's probably how we can make our own bags, and we definitely need to make bags. See, now the stuff is showing up on the map. So there's something weird going on with the map. Like, we were here earlier, we opened up the map, and none of these crafting stations showed up. It was completely empty. Now, all of a sudden, we go to the map, and they're all here. These weren't here a minute ago, so... I don't know if there's some sort of a really bad... I mean, can you imagine it takes, like, there's a really bad, like, loading delay? Like, super, super bad. Also, I would like to see, a Terra-style overlay map where we could just do, like, a small map that we could put to the side here. That way I could be looking at the map on the right here and moving, because the minimap sucks. I mean, I guess maybe we could zoom out. I guess the minimap kind of works for that. I guess it's serviceable. Yeah, the minimap's fine for that. We don't need the overlay. Still, I think the overlay is kind of cool, though. Alright, so here's the lumber mill I was trying to find. It's over here on this side, I believe. And we go here, and we've got one wood oil, and we got ash timber. So we don't have any ash timber. So what we have to do is we have to go to here. And to make ash timber... or oak timber, like here's ash timber, we need sanding powder. So now we got to buy sanding powder and materials. And I don't know, and this whole, they need to abandon this. This whole stuff needs to be abandoned. Right here it shows the wood oil, and it shows how many slots it's going to take up in your bag. This needs to be abolished. There is no need to make this take 3 slots. This needs to be removed from the game. There's just, I don't see any need for this. I don't see any benefit. I see no benefit. I don't see any gameplay loop where this is, it's just annoying. It's just an annoyance. And the fact that you're taking up a visual element on the screen, I mean, look how much room this takes in this column here. You've got to put this stupid little grid for every item showing how much space it takes up in your bag, which, again, it's just not necessary. It's just unnecessary crap. So they need to get rid of that. All right, so we need the sandpaper, right? Now, this is where it's janky. We're going to say add quantity, and let's add, I don't know, let's do like 20. We're going to say purchase. So I clicked purchase, but I actually didn't purchase it. Okay, so if I close this window, I haven't purchased anything. So now we got to click here, or we got to click purchase again. And then we got to click purchase a third time. Okay? So that is terrible, right? That is so bad. You have to click purchase to buy something 3 times. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Who's designing this? Who's designing this, right? Who at Ashes to Creation at Intrepid Studios is designing this and says and is looking at this saying, this is a good idea. This is how people want to play an MMO. They want, MMOs are very time-consuming games. They're incredibly time-consuming. You don't want to make people sit around pressing click, purchase, 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 right? Stuff in the UI should be done very quick and easy so people can get to what they want to do, which is playing the game. No one wants to click buttons. That's no fun. Okay? Okay. All right, so we got some sandpaper. So let's go back here. Now we're going to say ash timber. Okay, and we've got... Apparently we don't have any ash wood. Let's go back to oak timber. Do we have any oak wood? Do we have any wood? I could have sworn I had some wood. We have oak wood. Yeah, we got oak wood right here. We got 20. It says here we got 20 oak wood. Oak. Oh, we got to add. So you got to add it. So this is not necessary either. Why do I need to add it when it's already in my inventory? Like, the game should be smart enough to know that it's in my inventory. Like, I shouldn't have to add it. I should just say, how many do I want to create? Like, and a good thing that like Ion 2 does is Ion 2, you don't even have to have it in your inventory. Ion 2 is smart enough to know that, hey, my resources are in my bank. That's good enough. Which, again, is just a really nice thing for gamers. Like, try to make the MMO not waste people's time, because MMOs take a lot of time. I'd rather be out in the world grinding mobs than fucking around with moving stuff from my bank to my personal inventory. And then once I move it to my personal inventory, guess what? Now I've got to move it to this ingredient section. Okay, and I got to go, oh. And I guess, okay, I can see maybe a reason for this only if selecting a different type of grade of wood makes a difference, obviously, right? So I can see where maybe that's why they did it that way, but I still think there's a better way to do it. Instead of doing this, just for the resource, just put both your woods down here. Just say oak wood, blah 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 wood, and just see how it's got a check mark on sandpaper. Just list oak wood and list the green oak wood, and then you just pick which one you want to use for this timber. If you have multiple types of woods, just pick which one you want. Like, just click it. It puts a check mark on it. Click create. Done. But not instead of clicking add. Now let's try this. We'll click this, right? And it only does one, right? One. So when you craft, apparently it's only going to let you craft one at a time, which obviously that's really bad. Let's see if it'll let me do more. Okay, it will let me do more. Let's try 10. Let's go. But now we got to do add and double click this, but it's still only putting one. So if we have to double click it multiple times. So now we're double click. So now we're just clicking, submit, start job. So you can see the crafting system needs some work. It is time consuming. You can see to craft 10 oak timbers is going to takes 5 minutes to make 10 oak timbers. But the good thing is we can I don't think we have to sit here. I think we can even close the window, right? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. So I guess you can't do anything. I guess this animation of her swinging her weapon is part of the crafting? So I guess you can't start a job and walk away and do anything else. I guess you're stuck sitting here swinging your sword? That's pretty bizarre, right? He's like, what? This game is so weird, man. Wait. I stopped the swinging. But I like my screen's fucked up though. Like I can't rotate my screen. Oh, there. I guess we can there. Hold on a second. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like you can't do anything. Like once you start crafting something like this, you're stuck. Like you can't do anything because the. Wait a minute. Oh no! Wait. No, it's working again. It's working. Okay, it's working. Now let's see if it's still crafting. All right, cool. So we can start a crafting job. Thank God. That would have been really bad if we couldn't. It's just really glitchy. It's all fucked up. So we start our crafting job. It's making that. So, and then let's go to, what else? Is there something else we can do? Let's see if we can find the mining station here. Like here's the metalwork. Let's go to the metalworking station and see what we can do. And I don't know why they put... The other thing is, like, the way that's laid out makes no sense. Like, if you play any MMO you play, like, here's the city, right? Here's the city of the village of Briarmore. It's called Briarmore Farms. But they've placed the crafting stations here, and here. And they're pretty far apart. And your inventory, like your warehouse, is over here. So it does, again, it just feels really, like, haphazard. It's like, oh, if I want to craft something, I go over there. Now, okay, now I got to run all the way over here. Most MMOs, again, would put the crafting stations a little closer together. I'm not opposed to having them further apart, but I would lay the map out a little bit better so that I'm not having to run up and down terrain. Like, oh, I have to climb up a big hill to get to the city here. I don't. It's kind of weird, but there is a road here. It's okay. It doesn't bother me too much. It adds a little ambiance to the game. That it's not the same as every other MMO. It's a little different, so I guess that's good. That's something to be said, you know, that it's a little different. I don't think you can interact with your bank while you're on your mount. So if I get on my mount here and I try to interact with my banker, I don't think it works. See? It won't let me interact. So you have to dismount. So that's something they need to fix too, because you should be able to interact while you're on your mount. Alright, so we're going to go to materials here. And I want to take some of this out. What is this? This is zinc. How does this... Let's just take out these big stacks, I guess, right? And then... You can see that moving this stuff around. I guess you have to click the top left corner of the big square. See? Well, no, I guess that worked. I don't know. It's fucking weird. This game is bizarre. Alright, we'll just grab some different pieces of ore here, or stone. And now the stone stations disappear. See that the stations disappeared again, so I don't know. It's just... I think it was this way. I think it was over here, this one. The smithy, yeah, okay. But man, it's just all these little things, man. You fix these things, this could be a really fun game. The crafting could be really good. The combat is already pretty fun. So there's a lot to like, I think, here. Like here we've got, let's see if we can smelt our ore, maybe. Okay. Oh. How good is the gear that you make? It doesn't tell me. It says metal gauges chest. Oh, yeah. Document doesn't tell me like what the gears, like what the stat. Oh, here it's over here, I guess. Oh, so you're gonna make this. This is just part of the components that are used to make it. Okay. Well, what's mine? 59. Mine's 153, so it's nowhere near as good as what I'm currently wearing. Okay, so we want to zinc fragments. So we need smoldering ash. Let's get some smoldering ash. This has got the... I don't understand quite how the certificates work, but you buy those to upgrade your skills, I guess? Where's the vendor? Like, here it is. Here's the vendor. So we need... Oh, does he sells these things? Okay, so the crafting reminds me of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Because there's different components you need, like a metal gauge's head. Yeah, this is very much like how Pantheon Rise of the Fallen's crafting works. Let's go here. Add quantity. I don't know. Let's just add 10. Remember, we got to go purchase. Purchase. And just for shits and giggles, purchase. And then here. And let's go add. I don't have any zinc. I thought I had zinc. I've got basalt and granite. Oh shit. I know I got zinc in my bank. We can make sand with granite? Okay. Tendonite, zinc, okay. Okay, well let's do this then. So we need the crag shatter salts, I guess. All right. How did I add multiple? Remember before I added more than one? It's not letting me do it this time. Remember before I was able to double click and it would do more than one. I don't know why it's different this time. Ooh, well, we can split stacks. This is probably not something we should be doing in this window. Right mouse button to move item. Shift right mouse. Okay, shift right mouse to select. Well, apparently we can only do one at a time, which is kind of sucks. It takes 1 minute per. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else we can do. We've got basalt and granite. Okay. Copper. So we need copper. I don't have any copper. I haven't found any copper nodes yet. I'm curious how much metalworking experience it's going to give me. They give you 3%. So this would be fine if we could do more than one at a time, which we don't seem to be able to do. And I don't know why. Because we did it on the other one. I think we just screwed up. I think we just forgot to slide the slider up here. Yeah, okay. That's what we forgot. We forgot to do the slider. We forgot to slide over here. So we have to slide this over. So then when we add the items, we can double click them to get it up to 9. Okay, so now we got that going. So now let's run back to the other location. You can see all these people chopping down all the trees right here. You see that? Look at that crazy looking sand eater mount thingy. Alright, let's take a look at our progress here. Oh, it's done. So it's done. We're going to claim these. And we're going to send to warehouse. I like that you can send right to the warehouse. That's a great feature. Is there any more? Do we have any more that we can do? We have some sandpaper. We don't have any oak wood? Okay, let's take a look. No, we don't. Alright, so we're done here. Okay. Not too painful once you get used to it. Once you understand how it works, it's you know, it's doable. It is doable. Okay, we're going to go to our bank, and we're just going to try to hopefully see what we can see. Now, I think this is the stuff we made, the oak timber, I'm assuming. And then here's our tendonite that we gathered. You can see our bank's completely full of stuff now, though. We can't do anything. So there's these. I'm wondering if we can sell like some of this stuff. Like River Rune is a mystical artifact that empowers scribes to infuse scrolls. I'm gonna grab all these runes out of here, and I don't know. Try to figure out what I can do with them. Sand. We just need more inventory. We need more inventory space. This is kind of ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Wood chips? What do we need wood chips for? I think, like, because of the limited inventory space at the beginning of the game, you probably would be best just to focus on one profession. That way your inventory is just... Because I've got stuff in here from, you know, blacksmithing, stuff in here from woodworking, stuff in here for, like, I think alchemy, you know, and I think that's, you know, a problem. Like, some of this stuff is for jewelry. This is leatherworking, lumber milling, or metalworking. It's nice that it tells you what the things are used for. Like this gem here is stone masonry, alchemy. There's a lot of different types of professions in this game. So... But I am going to sell some of this stuff. Droppings. Don't think we need that. An emblem. This is used in leatherworking. So let's sell the stuff that's used for jewelry, and we'll worry about jewelry later. Yeah, well, this is weapon. I don't want to sell the weaponsmithing. This one's used for leatherworking. Droppings we don't need. trying to free up some space in my bag here. And we're going to go to the vendor here. And we're just going to... Wrong vendor. We're going to sell this stuff. Sell. I wonder how much this sells for. Sell it. What is this? Wood oak? We're going to sell the wood oak too. We're just going to sell all that stuff. Okay. Oh, and I think we have that exclamation. We have like this commission. Oh, it's the commission board. I think we have stuff we can turn in at the commission board. Think. Although none of these say that they're done. Oh, I don't really want to accept. I don't want the tutorial. Never mind. The other thing I like to do is untrack stuff. Because it just really makes your map ugly. Alright, I gotta figure out where I was farming before. Let's try this. No, it wasn't here. Let's try the coral lock. I had this really cool area I was farming last night, and I'm having a hard time finding where it was. It's either Gem Spring or maybe the core. I think it's this here. Yeah, it's this. This is it. What is this? Oh, here's the jewel crafter. Wait a minute, what's in the mine here? What's in here? Stone masonry. Interesting. Yeah, this is where I want to go. This is where I was grinding mobs last night, and I was having a lot of fun doing it. This is right over here. That's pretty cool. I never came up here before. These look like flowers you could baby gather, but apparently not. My character, my guy person comes in and just starts wrecking people. I like that they path a long way. You can like do big pulls because the mobs, they don't like, the leashes are really long leashes. So, which is awesome actually. Makes gameplay so much more fun. We were out of mana. Out of mana. So we do have a skill point. Actually, we have a couple archetype skill points, but I'm not sure which ones. We don't have this one, grapple. Take aim and and hurl a chain javelin at your target, dealing and apply a tapering snare that lasts for 3 minutes. You can then pull your target to your location. Apparently, grapple is supposed to be really good for AoE farming. Fortify consumes all courage to reduce damage taken. That's kind of good. So these are both good. You know, nice defensive ability. Increases mitigation plus additional. While active, generates 3% courage. Let's grab Fortify. That seems pretty cool. Where do we, like, what keybind do we want to use for Fortify? Let's do something like, okay, we're going to key bindings. Okay, this one. Okay. And then we got to fix the other one. There's this really weird glitch in this game where if you want to use a modifier like Shift or Control or Alt, it will ignore the modifier. It'll set up the keybind with the modifier correctly, but what will happen is it will ignore the fact that you're binding with that modifier, and it'll think you're binding the key that doesn't have the modifier. So if I'm doing Shift mouse button 4, it's going to think I'm just key binding mouse button 4. So if you have a mouse button 4 key bound somewhere else on your bars, it'll remove that. Even though you're saying Shift mouse button 4, which it will correctly bind to Shift mouse button 4, but it will still remove mouse button 4. So every time you do a modifier keybind, make sure you look at what you're binding, not the modifier part, but the actual key. So right here, my mouse button 4 was on a slot 1 down here, and it's been removed. So we'll fix that here in a second. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just fix that. So game options. And I mean, it doesn't really matter. Key binding, I mean, really, like you can see here. Where is it? Oh, no, see, it still says mouse button 4. Okay, maybe it didn't remove it. And the only way to drag stuff around is you have to open up your skill tree. If you don't have skill tree open, you can't move stuff around. Like if I want to move this to here, well, it disappeared. You got to be careful. If I want to move this to here, I can't do it if the skill tree isn't open, right? Like now, if I go down and try to move it, it won't let me. So you have to have the skill tree window open to move your skills. So just another little strange oddity. That's cool. Oh, is there? Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I think I saw that. I just, oh, okay, that's cool. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you. If these guys are just adding to a group, then I thank you. Thank you. I wouldn't have to fight them for the mobs. All right. A nice like cleric. Is that a cleric? I'm getting some heals. I love it. This game reminds me of a combination between like the combat reminds me a lot of Dragon's Dogma mixed with Neverwinter. If you've ever played Neverwinter or Dragon's Dogma, you kind of mix those two combat systems together. This kind of feels a little bit like that. I got no mana. No mana. But see, you can make some money here. I mean, we're just farming mostly for money and experience. But these, you can see that these 5 dim glint, I think they sell for like a silver each, maybe. So that's like 5 silver, I think. So you can get a little bit of money while farming here. I'm level 8 currently, so I think supposedly there's a big level spike for my character at 10 or 12, where there's some sort of big like shield upgrade. From what I read. But So, it's been a long time since I played an MMO where I can really just enjoy group content grinding. Like when Black Desert first came out, it had this kind of really nice like leveling, but they nerfed the leveling, so it wasn't really required anymore. But when Black Desert first came out, this is what you did. You would go out with a group and you would farm mobs, and it was awesome. It was so much fun. You know, I really enjoy, you know, farming. What did he say? Same good game? Oh, did they say something? Got my rest. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, these guys are leaving for the night, so my group is disbanding. Which is fine. Alright, we need to get out of this group. Alright. Just grinded some mobs. Just for the hell of it. I would like to figure out how to make bags, though. That would be something would be really good. I mean, there is a loom over there, but I didn't know, like, what materials, like, what What materials? I haven't gathered any cloth or anything. I don't know if it's like an herb or something. Kind of like how some games like New World, you gather like certain specific herbs, and those are used to make cloth. I'm gonna guess that's probably the way it works in this game because I've never seen anybody drop cloth. Oh, here comes the nighttime. Boy, this group kind of came out of nowhere. Ah! The game looks really cool at night, I think. Gets rid of that awful, like, yellowish haze that the daytime has. I think I'm gonna change this one key binding to, it's gonna fuck up my other one. Let's see, we're gonna change Shift R, or no, sorry, F. This one R. We're gonna change this to Shift F. Oh, and it did screw up the other keybind. Nice. That way, it's our rotation will be F Shift F. It's just a much more natural finger placement, since we almost always do those two skills consecutively. Is there any over here? No. That one. Oh, we got a blue item. I don't know what it is. Is it material? I guess. Something used in jewelry. Okay. Something used in jewelry. Oh, this guy's lighting up the whole place with whatever he's doing. Look at that. That's gonna. It's his spell book. Oh yeah. Let's get this party started. Level 8, level 7, level 5. Okay. I think I'm probably leveling faster on my own. Like these groups with a lot of people, it feels like it's good when the group's like 2 or 3 people. It feels like when it gets bigger than that. I don't know if they're not like adding bonus XP. Normally, like if your group gets bigger, you should try to add some bonus XP to make it more worthwhile for multiple people, obviously. These guys aren't very good at pulling. They're just standing around. You know, it's like there's plenty of mobs around here to pull if you just run around and grab them. These guys are just kind of standing still like dirt. Ooh, nice glitch there. I wonder if there's like might be a higher level area that we can go to farm, maybe. Maybe. Sun's slowly starting to come up now. But I think I'm gonna take a break, guys. I'm kind of tired. But I do want to find a different area, like... Let's see. I do want to find a better... I'm not really getting any... Well, we did get this, but it's the same, right? Yeah, we're not really getting any... Well, we did get a... Ooh, is this a short bow? It says a drift bow. Doesn't say if it's a short or... Wow. Bow I have is really powerful, but it's a long bow. Short bows are better for pulling. Because they have snare. I do like this area. I think this little... Like, most of the areas in the game I don't think are very well thought out. Like, I would love to see them do something like this. I love the water here. It's really beautiful. And this kind of old ruins. I would love to see them do this on a bigger scale. Like, because you see a lot of people trying to, like, farm mobs here to level and get money. I would just love to see them do this on a much bigger scale. This is such a small little area. You know, they need to make ruins that are about, 6 times this size. But really cool. I love the water here. I think the water looks fantastic. It looks really good. Not as good as Ion 2, but it looks nice. Unreal Engine does do good water. I would also say that it would probably be pretty beneficial to put the enemy does have a target highlight. Maybe like in some MMOs when you target a mob, there's a soft glow around the outer edge of the mob. And that would be really useful in these darkened areas like that, to see like just a very soft kind of outline around the enemy, just to make them a little bit more visible. I think that would be a nice little minor change, like right here. Or actually, it's not even a glow. What it is it's just like they put a light on the character. Like, so for example, like if you see my character here, it looks kind of dark, right? But if I were to move into this moonlight here, see how I'm like a little bit more visible. So when you fight a mob, it's in a dark area. What you want to do is just put like a soft light over that mob, like right over their head or something, just to illuminate them a little bit, just to make it obvious that you have that mob targeted and stuff. It's very handy, very handy. Oh, I see how you are. Get some good glint off those guys. Yeah, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a break for about, I don't know, like maybe like 3 or 4 hours, and I'll come back and I'll stream again maybe, and like I'd like to get in like a stream from like maybe like, it's midnight right now my time, so it's 12:06 a.m. Maybe come back and stream from like 6 a.m. to like 9 a.m. Do like a 3-hour stream, and then I can go to work. I have work at 9:30, but I actually have a team. We're doing like a holiday lunch today, so I have to drive over to Tampa. I mean, I'm not sure what that's going to mean for the rest of my day. I don't know if they're going to call our workday off early, or if people are going to be going back to work. This week's the last week at my company before they go into our mandatory shutdown. My company shuts down in the second half of December every year. So, like, I don't work next week at all. Like, I'm off. Like, starting at the end of this week, I'm off for 2 weeks. So, I just work the next 4 days, and then I'm off for all the way until, like, January 2nd, I think. I guess it depends on let's see. Yeah, so I'm off the 20th all the way through probably, I guess, up to the 2nd of January, because New Year's Day I'd be off. So my first day back would be, so I'll probably be off the 20th all the way through the 1st. And then, of course, I just work probably 1 day, and then I'd be off 2 more days, so let's say, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. So 15 out of like 16 days I wouldn't even be working. This mob here's doing too much damage to me. Oh, thank you. Always tell people think, does it work? Yeah, it does. It does work. Hey, no problem. Content. Yeah, I'll come back in probably around 6 a.m. Probably, maybe stream for like 3 hours. I would like to find a better area, like a better area to farm, you know? Ooh. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people left. This area's got really empty, really. You see that? I was just ready to log out, and all of a sudden everybody left, so now I've got all these mobs almost to myself, you know, which is nice. The targeting doesn't seem to work when they're in the water. Meaning I wasn't seeing the target on the enemy's feet. Yeah, we took some pretty good damage there. Ah! There we go. Nice little... This looks like a good spot to log out at. Yeah, but I think we get a pretty good power boost. I can't remember if it's level 10 or level 12. I've got a video that I've been watching. This tank guide by Nice Gaming, which is
going to be your guide to
Something
making money
insane
in
fun.
Ashes of Creation.
which is pretty good. It's not like great, but it's not bad. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, hope you guys are having a good one. And like I said, I'll probably come back and maybe stream again in about 6 hours. See if I can fit in maybe like another 3-hour stream before I have to go into work. And I'll catch you guys next time, man. Peace out.